Let's go back to the phones at 617-830-4750 and see what is on the minds of folks who are calling in today, starting with our caller from the 301 area code. Who's calling from 301 today?
Hi, this is Johnny.
Hey, John.
Hey, David, I have a question and a comment. And my comment is, I'm from DC and I really avoid any superfluous political analysis, but I really enjoy your show, and I just started listening like maybe a week or so ago.
Thank you.
So I appreciate your take on things.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and so my question is, with the impeachment scandal, if we could sort of zoom out for a second and look at larger picture of how the U.S. bargains with foreign countries in terms of aid. So I actually work in the disaster relief industry in aid. So my question is, what are your takes on how aid needs to change abroad and how we engage with other countries and foreign powers?
This is a big topic. So you have, number one, you have aid that then is given with the explicit or implicit condition that the money is spent back in the United States on weapons. So this is the case like with Saudi Arabia, some of the aid to Israel, and there's other countries. So that is something that one side argues is great for the economy because we're giving aid and then it's coming right back and supporting jobs and whatnot. But it's a pretty corrupt and ugly reality, and that's one type of aid that is problematic. Another type of aid that is problematic is aid where you are not really helping the country to. I'm trying to use the right words here. You're giving aid in a way that serves as a band-aid rather than treating the problem, so to speak. So I've talked before about how there's lots of aid that, for example, goes to some place and provides eyeglasses and shoes for people or something like that. But if you don't actually help the country establish infrastructure where they can have eye doctors that are treating people and they can get shoes without them having to be handed over or whatever the case may be, it's really only a band-aid. It's not a long-term solution. So, I mean, there's so many different ways that
Right.
this needs to be tackled and changed.
Okay, right. So, just I guess in in terms of how the impeachment scandal has raised awareness about how, like you said, ugly the aid transactional relationship
Yep.
between foreign powers looks. How do you think in the future things are going to change, knowing that Republicans and Democrats alike have been very generous for other aid giving activities that don't include weapons, that don't include, like you said, these, one-stop shops where basically American products are sold in foreign countries using a government budget. How do you think the conversation is going to be changed moving forward, whatever the outcome of the impeachment?
I mean, you're talking because the impeachment hearings are over the quid pro quo bribery, use whatever word you want, relating to the military aid and the smearing of Biden. You mean how will that change aid in the future?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that it will actually. I mean, so you're certainly going to have some defenders of Trump who say, "Listen, we negotiate all the time. We don't just give aid. We give it in exchange for the money being spent in the US, or we give it in exchange for this or that." The key of course that's very disingenuous because here it's a president doing it for a very specific personal benefit, which is he wants a better shot at defeating Joe Biden if that's who he ends up running against in 2020. So you'll have Republicans who will make that argument. But big picture, I mean, we don't tend to learn for these really big things like campaign finance, foreign aid, the corporatocracy. We tend not really to learn from things when they go wrong. So I have no expectation that anything's going to change, really.
Okay. Thanks for your perspective, David.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it.